Hey YouTube, Sam back at you again. I hope y'all planning on having a good weekend. To all my fathers out there, to all those who have stepped in as a father, whether you are a stepfather, a uncle, godfather, cousin, brother, you know, I don't know, but big ups to you. Happy Father's Day to all of you fathers out there. Um, it doesn't matter. Your father, happy Father's Day. Um, you got some that will do and some that won't do. Same thing with mothers. You got mothers that will do and some won't do. But either way, happy Father's Day. You guys don't get recognized as much as women do for Mother's Day. And that's a sin and a shame, because you have some really good men out there that are really good fathers. Y'all got to excuse me. I just want to make sure I'm appropriate. Um, but happy Father's Day again. So I'm going to get into this story, and it's based out of Roanoke, Virginia. I have family that live in Roanoke. I have family that lives in Salem, Virginia. So how you guys? How you doing? I hope I get to see you all sometime this year. I hope so. But I'm going to go ahead on and get into this story, and then we're going to go from there. Three fatally shot in home, 18-year-old man charged. Police said an 18-year-old has been charged with the shooting deaths of three people found dead inside a Southwest Virginia home. Roanoke police said Tuesday that Trevor Charles is charged with 3 counts of first-degree murder and 3 gun-related counts. Your ass is fried. I mean, I'm not saying they're going to put you to death, but you got 3 first-degree murder. You're going to do 3 life sentences. I can promise you. If you do something less than 3 life sentences, I will be shocked, and that means that the judge and the jury saw mercy on you. But I can promise you, them families ain't gonna feel that way. They was like, no, he took my baby life. Oh yeah, he deserved to get a life. And I promise you, it's not gonna be good. But anyway, let me continue on. The victims were identified as Miranda Trump, 18. I wonder if she related to number 45. Cause I mean, I ain't never heard of no other family name that other than them. I mean, it could be his uncle's kids, his uncle's grandkids. You know what I'm saying? So hold on a minute. I'm gonna go on. Brandon Deckley, if I'm saying it wrong, please forgive me. He was 20, and Cole Kennedy, 21. Police couldn't provide further details about how Charles may have been connected to the victims or about a possible motive. Let me say this right here. You got 1 female and you got 4 males. You got the female, Miranda Trump. Okay. All right. Then you got Brandon Deckley. He's 20. Oh, I'm sorry. It's 3 guys. There's 3 of them and 1 of her. Okay. My thing is this right here. What in the world could have transpired? The reason why this young boy would want to take the life of 3 people. All of them. You got 121, Cole Kennedy. He 21. He just got legal to buy alcohol. And already his life done been snuffed out. This boy done killed 3 people. I guess he said, damn, if I'm going to jail, I'm going to jail because I'm going to take all y'all asses out. I ain't leaving nobody to say shit. That's crazy. Because you have, although 3 people were killed, you got 4 families that's going to suffer. Because can you imagine what his parents, if he even with his parents, I'm not saying that, kids do bad things because their parents are not in their life. You got a lot of kids where they do some bad shit and they got a two family, they got both parents in the home and they just go out here and do crazy shit. But you got to wonder what's on the mind of this 18-year-old that he got to kill 3 people. And see, let me tell you this right here. In the last year or 2, maybe 3, they have used mental illness with some of these people in regards to the actions that they take. And they use mental illness as a way to justify it when the person is just evil as shit. You have some really evil, demonic people out here. And I'm going to tell you, a lot of times you're not even going to know who they are until they do something stupid like that. But let me tell you something. A person's energy, the energy that a person sends off, ought to send a vibe to your body. Like, and I'm going to be honest with you. That energy you get from people is a spirit. And that spirit could be a good spirit, a bad spirit, or it could be a spirit that's just like, you know what? I'm just laid out chilling on the beach. That's where my mind at right now. I'm just laid back. You know, shit happens in life. Some of the stuff we can do about it. Sometimes we can't. But if you're dealing with a person and they just train to go all the time and they always got their head on a swivel, that's not a good. You can't have a good time with a person whose head is always on the swivel. You just can't. But can you imagine the energy that this boy brought? Because in order for you to kill 3 people, and I guarantee they all close in age. I guarantee they grew up in the same neighborhood. They all went to the same school. They probably all used to hang out. I can guarantee you, I'm going to give y'all a follow-up on this story because I want to know more about what's going on. So, but I just want to give you a little snippet of that. But at the same time, this boy 18, his life is gone. He's done. His life is over. Just like the 3 people he killed, his life is over. The only thing about that is he get to live. And he get the opportunity to redeem himself and, you know, and ask for forgiveness. These other people can't do nothing. Their life was snuffed out, taken out by somebody who couldn't control his emotions and who obviously, when you go to take somebody's life like that, no one can reason with you. There is no logical thinking. Nothing logical was in place with this right here. Because if you, I'm going to say this, it happened at somebody's house, but it didn't say whose house. So we don't know if the other 3 people was at his house or the 21. As far as we know, the 21-year-old could have had a place of their own, and Mr. Cole Kennedy, he could have had his own place of his own, and they were all chilling over there, and he came over there and snuffed them out. But see, the thing of it is, when people do stuff, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm gonna get it together in a minute. But I don't know. It just didn't seem right. But anyway, I'm not saying people shouldn't carry a weapon and you shouldn't protect yourself. I'm never going to say not to protect yourself. But at 18 years old, what are you protecting yourself from? Really, what are you protecting yourself from at 18 years old that you have to carry a weapon? I mean, did they bully you? Did they do something to you? And you felt the only way you could get them back was to kill them. I really don't want to know what's on the mind of some of these people when you're taking somebody's life. I'm just going to be honest with you. I could not take somebody's life unless I know that they were about to take mine. And I mean, it had to be like a hair trigger of a second for me to want to put a knife in somebody, for me to want to pull a trigger on somebody, for me to just choke the living shit out of somebody. I mean, granted, it's like sometimes, man, ooh, I could just kill him right now. You could say that, but you don't figuratively or literally mean it. I mean, we've all said, oh, I'm so mad. I could just kill him right now. And you say that, but you don't really mean it, and you have no intentions on doing anything like that. That's just how you're feeling at that moment. Because you know logically that, number one, it's against the law. Number two, you don't hurt people that you truly love. Whether they're your friends, whether they're your family, your parents, your sister, your brother, whatever. But let me tell you something. A lot of times, it's family and people you know that'll kill you quicker than a stranger. Because see, I guarantee you, all four of these people, they knew each other. They're so close in age. The oldest one is 21. The youngest one is 18. So they're all close in age. So I guarantee you, they all went to the same school. Probably got two of them that graduated together or about to graduate together. One done graduated already. One been done graduate. He graduated 3-4 years ago. So he's done. He's out of school. And then you got a 20-year-old. So he's been out of school for a couple of years. Then you got these two 18-year-olds that either they are seniors or they just graduated high school. I bet they live in the same neighborhood. They all used to hang out or whatever the case may be. But to take somebody's life, man, that's not an easy pill to swallow. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, somebody do something to my daughter, my granddaughter, my sister, my brother, my mom, or my granny, my grandma, big mama, and this woman done lived 95 years in the scene and heard and then done been some places in her life. You hurt any one of them, it's on and popping. It's going to be on like popcorn. I'm telling you right now, but it ain't going to be that Jiffy popcorn. I'm going to tell you right now, this going to be that Sam Harper fish grease hot ass whooping that I'm going to put on that ass. I promise you. I mean, honestly, yeah, I need my hands to work, but that don't mean I won't bruise these motherfuckers up to play knock-knock on you for my family. But this guy right here obviously didn't care nothing about himself. He didn't care nothing even about the people that he took their life. You that angry that you willing to take somebody's life, if you can't have enough logic to walk away and cool off and really think about it, because ask yourself, is killing these people going to stop? Is killing these people going to change anything? You're making your life worse, and you're hurting this family. Now, all of the parents for each one of these kids are suffering. To include Trevor Charles, his parents. I can only imagine what his parents are thinking. And I'm going to be honest with you, they're probably more so worried about the shame and embarrassment of it all. But you can raise your children to know right from wrong. You can show them. You can mold them. You can talk to them. You can, it's not about reasoning with your kids. I ain't never understood reasoning with your kids and letting your kids have an opinion. My thing is that your only opinion is the opinion that I give you. While you under my roof, I'm providing clothes for you, shoes for you, feeding you, housing you. While I'm doing all of that, the only opinion you have is the one that I allow you to have. And I'm not a mean person. Trust me, you can ask my daughter, my niece, and my nephew. We never had any hard rules on my daughter, niece, or nephew. And my mom never really put any rules on me, my sister, or my brother. And we turned out all right. She was like, listen, I can talk to you. I can educate you. I can tell you everything you need to know. But once you make a decision, you're going to have to deal with the outcome and the consequences of that decision. She said, if you go to jail, no, I'm not getting you out. I'm going to tell you that right now. So she said, whatever decision you make, you better ask yourself, if what I'm doing can put me in jail, should I do it? She said, if your answer is, no, I shouldn't be doing it, then guess the fuck what? Don't do it. So you don't go to jail. I pretty much, when I turned 18, I didn't even live at home. Pretty much I was living with my boyfriend at the time. I mean, I'm just going to be straight up honest with you. 18, 19 years old. I was living with my boyfriend until I went off to college. I went to Virginia State, in Petersburg, Virginia. Big up to VSU. Hey, y'all. But anyway, so, you know, and we didn't really put any restrictions on my daughter, my niece, or my nephew, my sister and I. You know, my sister and her, well, is her ex-husband now, but, you know, they're the two-parent household. You know, my daughter, my niece and nephew, they were all raised with us, and my grandfather was in their life. So it's not like they didn't have a leader of a man in their life. I mean, we got my brother and they got other uncles and stuff like that, but they had a strong foundation from my grandfather. It is what it is. So did I. But at the same time, I'm not saying this boy didn't have a strong foundation at home, but what could have happened that triggered this boy to want to go and kill these three people? Just snuff them out. And I guarantee you he's looking back at it right now. He's thinking, what the fuck, man? This could have been talked out. I could have talked it out. What they did, was it really that bad that I had to kill him? I mean, I really don't know the situation. I don't know the circumstances behind why he killed them. As far as we know, I mean, who's to say? They could have wanted to jump him and beat the man up, and so he decided to defend himself. Who's to say that they, you know, I mean, they could have cornered him. And he was like, you know, sometimes you back a cat into a corner, and that cat want to get out. That cat going to get out. Well, that means they got to claw their way out, or they going to scare you, you know, while you going left, they chugging, you know, right, whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, they watch your moves. And if you go left, they go right. And by the time you get right, they done skirt around the damn corner. It's like, peace, see ya, I'm out. And they looking back at you, wagging the tail. And she's like, yeah, you thought you could catch me. But anyway, but I'm not trying to make light of the situation, though. But all jokes aside, you got four families that are pretty much, I'm not going to say destroyed, but broken. Literally broken. You got three kids, 21 years old. You're not even an adult, for real, for real. You just might be legal by the state that you can go and purchase alcohol and cigarettes, shit like that. I get that part, because when you're 21, it's like, oh, I can buy beer. You know, it's like, okay, you know. And, you know, of course, you're 21. You want to go buy your first beer. Yeah, you want to get a beer. Yeah, you want to flash that ID. Yep, here you go. Bam, 21. And, you know, you proud of that. This kid right here, man, I mean, he's still a kid. Who's to say? I mean, he's still a kid. 21, you don't know nothing. 21, you don't know nothing. You still making sure that you don't get your little Johnson caught up in your zipper. Excuse me. I mean, come on. So it's just, it's sad. But anyway, I'm about to be out. But you know, I pray for the families, for real, all jokes aside. And I hope this boy, you know, I'm gonna give you a follow up on this right here, and then we go from there. Peace.